Hello everyone, welcome in. We are doing paid readings for the night, donations only. Definitely recommend you guys following me over on my YouTube channel, or TikTok channel, because I've been offering free reads over there as well. So if you're not seeing me here with free, it's likely that I did free over on TikTok and vice versa. Hey Mystic, how are you? How's it going tonight? Doing good. Just finishing out my evening with a little YouTube nightcap before I head off and do other things tonight. But hopefully you're doing good. Good. Okay, awesome. Glad to hear it. Hey Bake, welcome in. How you doing tonight? Will you send a donation? I got it. Cash App for an in-depth reading. What can I do for you? Do you have a specific question for me? Oh, I just realized my phone is not charging. What's the likely outcome between you and Hassan? Okay. Mystic. I feel like it's something about this card that's bothering me, and the fact that I cut the deck and I still have the Three of Swords. I feel like we're at a crossroads, and I feel like you're not friendly right now because I don't feel like I should trust him. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we're at a crossroads. The World, when I first saw this card in reverse, it gave me the impression that both of you are like never really ready to end this. The World is in reverse, and when it's upright, it talks about we've come full circle, feel complete, we feel successful, etc. The World in reverse indicates like you guys are never really ready for it to come to a close, never really ready for it to end. I really like the World in general just because it means that, like, whether it's with one person for the rest of your life, it's cycles. It's okay, we dated, then that cycle closed out, then we moved in, then that cycle closed out, then we got married, then that cycle closed out. Then we have a kid, etc., etc. It's like you're going through the world and you're going through these cycles with this one person. Or sometimes it just means you've reached a ceiling. But I feel like with the world here in reverse for your connection, it's just like you guys are not ready to walk away. You're not ready to really see the end. But the outcome, the last card here, the Two of Swords, and then when I cut the deck, I saw the Three of Swords. It feels like we know what needs to happen. We need to move on. We need to move on from each other. But we feel like it's hard to do so. And so I can understand why you have such a strong bond with this person. A lot of these cards are really great cards. It indicates attraction and passion, invested feelings, a mind, like a mental connection as well. And a lot of maybe hopes for the future was put into this person. Ten of Pentacles indicates that you did envision what it would be like to be with them moving forward. And then the Three of Wands talks about expansion. But I feel like you're on the outside of his feelings. The Five of Pentacles and the King of Cups came out together. I feel like you're on the outside. Like it's like he's not letting you into that innermost part of him that would allow for the connection to flourish, that would now allow for the connection to progress and to grow. And even with the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords here, seeing a king and queen of the same suit to me is always a good thing, because it means that you guys are a great match for each other. The block of feeling like you're not getting the full story, the full facts, you feel like he's not really being upfront with you, as you stated. This is the issue. This is going to be the problem. And when we feel like we can't trust someone, really that's game over, because how do we build from that? If our foundation is, I don't trust you, you know what I mean? Too much outside influence, and he's friendly with someone you had a bad experience with. So he's not taking into account your experiences, and so it's almost like he's not trusting you either, in a sense, because he's not even trusting himself. He's allowing for other people to come in and form opinions for him. Being an influential person and allowing other people to say what they're thinking rather than trusting your own intuition and your own discernment and your own trust. And then also maybe he's not trusting you, because if you're saying I had a bad experience with someone and you're friendly with this person, what is the point? What is the end to this? So he's disregarding your trust because you're being honest with him, and he's saying, no, I'm going to find out for myself, instead of just taking your word at face value. And it also kind of means probably for you that you feel he's not taking your feelings into consideration. He's not taking it into account. And while this connection may be very palatable for many different reasons, I think also it can be leaving you with a bad taste in your mouth for others. I feel like you're going to be in limbo for a little while, Mystic, until you can make that call, until you can make that decision to call it off or break it off officially and move forward. I see you guys having a hard time walking away from each other for good and really calling it off. But I feel like every single time you come into contact with one another, it's like it damages a little bit more. It's like, you know, that expression, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's like, where are we going? What's happening here? It's really hard, and I'm gonna just like relate to you for a minute. It's really hard when you have such a good connection with someone and you feel like it's like everything is just going wrong. The person's not taking you into consideration. The person's not trusting you. The person's not letting you in. You feel like you can't trust them. It's like, well, what the heck was the point of this? I feel like he's reinforcing your past trauma because you can see the influence of the guy on him. Yeah, Mystic. I would support that decision. I would. I know at the beginning of this reading you could tell I was already picking up on this energy because I was like, I don't know how to like say this in a tactful way, but I just do not like the reading ending on the Two of Swords, and I don't like cutting the deck and seeing the Three of Swords either. The guy targeted him because he doesn't want me to be with anyone but him. Wow. And I'm sorry, like nothing to this person, like against this person you're asking about, but I would want my person that I'm considering being with to be able to make their own decisions, to be able to make their own judgments on things and not be influenced. It's one of the things actually that I'm most attracted to about my husband is he thinks for himself. A lot of times he agrees with me, but when it comes to like meeting other people and learning other people, I'll be like, well, that was fun. They seem nice. And he's like, nah, something's up with them. And I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, something was really off about that. And I trust him and I trust that. And if I say the same thing to him, he trusts me. And like, you need someone who's going to make their own decisions, who's going to, you know, make their own judgments on situations and not be so easily influenced by other people. Exactly, Mystic, because then what do you have if someone is that easily swayed? And this could even be him. The Two of Swords, like, because the Two of Swords energy, it's like I feel like I'm being pulled in two separate directions. So maybe this is you on one side, this is the guy on the other. And he's like, oh, I'm just going to pretend like this isn't happening. I'm going to ignore it, sweep it under the rug. I don't want to see who's telling the truth. And then the Two of Swords here also talks about indecision, and it talks about uncertainty, and it talks about inaction. So it's like there's a problem here, but I'm not going to solve it. I'm just going to hope it goes away. And so that also feels like to me someone who doesn't really have much of a backbone, someone who's not really going to like stand up for what they feel is true or right. So I fully support the decision, Mystic, but at the same time, no judgment here. If you still feel like this person, you have to get them out of your system, you got to do what you got to do. But for the sake of the reading, for the sake of what you're saying, and for the sake of where your head is at, I think it would be best to walk away. I agree. And I don't want your past trauma to be like a factor here either. I don't want this person to, as you stated, reinforce your past trauma. That's like very unhealthy. You're welcome, Mystic. I hope you have a great rest of your night. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it and sign off for the evening. It's kind of slow and that works for me, so I'm gonna go get some other stuff done. But I hope you have a lovely rest of your night, and I will see you next time.